Chief Justice orders reopening of 4 courts in Upper East closed on October 29 due to escalating conflicts in Boko.
Private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu disagrees with the Speaker's assertion that there is no constitutional crisis.
Also coming up, Labour consultant Austin Gamia urges the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Health Service Workers Union to use due process to resolve the impasse.
And on the international front, the White House says President Joe Biden will receive President-elect Donald Trump in the Oval Office on Wednesday. We're live around the world on 3news.com. That's our website, and we're streaming there as well on Facebook. Be part of the show. Let's hear what you think of the stories we have for you tonight.
In the details this evening, the Chief Justice has directed the reopening of a number of courts, the Upper East region, for business with immediate effect. In a memorandum dated October 29, 2024, the Honorable Chief Justice ordered the closure of a number of courts in the Upper East region due to the conflict situation in Boko. The courts are High Court Bolgatanga, Circuit Court Bolgatanga, District Court Bolgatanga, and District Court Bongo. Registrars of the above-mentioned courts have meanwhile been requested to take note and resume the operations of the courts accordingly. We're staying a while longer on this. Let's go into the phone lines now and speak with Afoko Amok. He is the immediate past president of the Ghana Bar Association Upper East Region. Good evening, sir, and thank you for joining us on News 360.
Good evening, madam. Good evening.
Now, what is your initial reaction to the reopening of the courts in the Upper East Region, particularly following the earlier closure due to the security situation in Boko?
Well, at least we are reassured that, the things are getting better. Otherwise, the will not be opened. So it means that at least the security situation is getting better. And then we ourselves are also in a position now to end something.
Now, given the challenges posed by the ongoing conflicts, what steps do you believe need to be taken to ensure the safety of the judicial staff and the public as courts resume operations?
Well, as I said, we're feeling reassured in the sense that we believe that administration would have linked up with the police to ensure that the courts are more secure. For example, we think that going forward, not anybody can just walk into the yard and into the court. And that the police would be available to ensure that before you walk in, then people can be assured of your safety. I mean, the sense that you don't walk in there with some long Zambrano knife or some, pistol or some other, weapons, on you. Especially around this part that, with the smoke, you can cover everything.
Mr. Amok, before we let you go, can you give us your general assessment of the impact of these court closures and the reopenings on the justice delivery system in the Upper East region, especially with respect to the backlog of cases?
Well, there's no doubt that, court users have suffered, particular clients, with their cases hanging on and not being heard. But just suppose against their safety, I think that it means there is nothing to write home about. Because, yes, you may have lost that opportunity to do your case, but it's better to lose your case than your life. So I think that if the administration had to close down the courts for us to, have an improved security situation, I think that it's worth it. It's been worth it.
Also, we heard that a judicial staff member was killed during the conflict. Can you confirm this?
Well, not from Bulga, but the fact is that, a number of lives were lost during the course of this this period that the courts were closed. A number of lives. So I would not be surprised if a court officer, died in the process.
Thank you very much for your time.
I can tell you, one of our colleagues, was shot at. Not necessarily during the period, but they shot at him driving his car. They shot at the tires, and they actually intended to kill him. And so, yes, to that extent, yes, there was an attempt, but I can't say that. I can't confirm that somebody was killed within this period.
Well, our condolences to you and the families of people that have lost their lives in the conflict. And that was Mr. Afoko Amok. He is the former president of the Ghana Bar Association in the Upper East region.
In more news this evening, the back and forth in Parliament continues with the House adjourned indefinitely once again. As the crisis persists, mediation expert Austin Game has offered his service to help resolve the impasse. With the Supreme Court set to rule on the constitutional issues surrounding the crisis on November 11, calls are growing for an amicable resolution. Here's a News Desk report.
The Chief Justice, in her ruling dismissing a prayer by the lawyer for Speaker of Parliament Alban Babbing, noted that the country was facing a constitutional crisis. However, the Speaker of Parliament refuted that assertion when he addressed the press on Wednesday.
There is no constitutional crisis in this country. The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country. It has not been dissolved, prorogued, prohibited, suspended, or terminated.
On Thursday, November 7, when the House was recalled, the Speaker was forced to adjourn proceedings once again.
The signatories who made the request have not shown up, and in fact, there's no order paper for today because the Business Committee could not meet. It is not advisable to be adjourning from day to day, and so I'll proceed once more to adjourn the meeting indefinitely.
The leader of the MPP caucus, Alexander Penyomarking, accused the NDC caucus of perpetrating chaos.
It's out of deference to Mr. Speaker. That is why we did not enter the chamber. That we should share in that chaos theater with them. Never. The chaos they started is what they want to end. We will not allow that.
Speaking on key points, private legal practitioner Martin Pebu disagreed with the Speaker's assertion that there's no constitutional crisis.
There's a crisis. The Speaker saying there's none. Parliament is not sitting. So since the 22nd of October, they've not, well, of course, they've sat twice. But when I say they've not sitting, I mean they are not conducting business. That's a crisis because we lost that week starting 22nd October. They don't sit on Mondays. They sit starting Tuesday, right? So that week they lost it. Then we lost last week and then have lost this week. So 3 sitting weeks have been lost. So that's a crisis.
For Boehm MP Kofi Adams, who was also on key points, the country is witnessing a parliamentary crisis. He accused the New Patriotic Party MPP's MPs of failing to get all their numbers present to conduct business in the House on Thursday.
Their leader chose on every occasion to rather blackmail and do bad politics, to deceive the people. How can petition now become business so recognized for the House? That petition was only requesting Mr. Speaker to recall, and it ends there.
Mediation and labor expert Austin Game has expressed his readiness to help both parties resolve the impasse in the national interest.
Some of them have reached out to me, and I'm a mediator. I'm not talking about it for talking's sake, but this is to me. And let me say it with clarity, that this to me is a small matter. It can be resolved even by the people themselves that are embroiled in this matter. They can resolve it themselves if they were minded resolve it.
With Parliament adjourned indefinitely, Ghana's legislative agenda now hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, the final decision on the umpires will come as the Apex Court has fixed November 11 to deliver its ruling on the interpretation of Articles 97(1)(g) and (h) of the 1992 Constitution.
In Labour news this evening, ongoing tensions between the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Health Services Workers Union have reached a critical point, with both sides demanding fair negotiation practices. Labour consultant Austin Game commented on the issue, attributing the impasse to a lack of adherence to established ground rules for negotiations, including the need for both parties to come with the authority to make binding decisions.
The Health Services Workers Union, in a press release, has served notice of embarking on a nationwide strike over their condition of services. The union noted in a press statement dated November 7, 2024, to advise themselves in a language the government best understands if negotiations are not concluded on their conditions of service by Monday, November 11. However, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission CEO Benjamin Arthur maintained that the government cannot be accused of any delays in working on their condition of services, as the Health Services Workers Union has failed to subscribe to an agreed document after several meetings.
For purposes of evidence, on the 15th of October, Fair Wages received the addendum to their proposal. Yesterday's meeting, they received the invitation on the 5th of November. The question is, why were they in a hurry, hours before the meeting, to just go and issue such a threat, a press statement?
For Labour consultant Austin Game, for negotiations to be productive, both the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Health Services Workers Union must come to the table with a mandate to make binding decisions.
The issue about negotiating in bad faith will come about as a result of lack of following the ground rules that have been laid for purposes of negotiation, which includes how both parties should agree to call a meeting and sharing of relevant information, and also having the mandate to come to the meeting to be able to make decisions.
He noted that when either party is not fully empowered to finalize agreement, it undermines the process and prevents any real progress from being achieved.
Whatever mandate that you ought to have before you come to the meeting, you have it. And you'll be in a position to make a determined, decision there and there at the meeting, and not say you have to go and consult again, because nobody has time.
As the labour dispute intensifies, both parties are being urged to resume negotiations in good faith to prevent disruptions in health services.
We are your election command center. Let's do some politics now. The New Patriotic Party's presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has called on people of Bosome-Frehu to ignore accusations of the NDC and focus to ensure that the NPP wins the upcoming elections. Addressing party faithfuls at Bosome-Frehu constituency, the NPP flag bearer says under his presidency, he will construct a hospital and fix roads for the constituents.
I call all these constituencies, me share idea a war form. Me nanti sa kwan ache 16 years from 2008 every campaign dia me ka hobi. Adia me huno e kire se December 7th ye nyina ye pie ena ye koto abano a by 12 midnight Mubeti said the New Patriotic Party has won the 2024 presidential and parliamentary election. At the whole play. NDC for Omoso Omo Huse Sabai Omo Belusi. Eninti omu yeme shishi omu. Emu yeme shishi omu. Eninti omu ashe asiye didi atem. Samwati. Atem didier. Eninti na mekanjire omu se atem didier en top onko. Mubeti me didier atem. Yadiye ye kodin kunim.
Meanwhile, the vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, has called on the overlord of Dagbon, Yana Mahama Bukari Gariba, at the Gbewa Palace in Yendi. In his remarks, he emphasized that peace and unity are needed to avert any potential tensions as the December 7 elections approach.
Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh visited the overlord of Dagbon, Yana Bukali Mahama, at the Gbewa Palace in Yendi. The visit was to seek his prayers and wise counsel. He shared the NPP's foundational story, a party rooted in unity, established with the support of chiefs from all the regions to form the United Party, now the New Patriotic Party. According to him, the NPP is a blend of individuals united beyond religion and ethnicity, embodying national cohesion and inclusivity.
You have the singular privilege of always having a son of yours around the president. And I can assure you, if we don't rally around Dr. Mahmoud, we are very soon. People will come around and say, oh, if you are from the north, you cannot be president.
Dr. Opoku Prempeh urged the Yana to invoke blessings to help foster a smooth electoral process.
God will bring peace to this country from now to after the election. Yes. To make sure that nobody thinking evil will start anything bad in Dagbon. We want peace in Dagbon. To come and get blessings from the Yana.
Yana advised Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh and New Patriotic Party NPP to be truthful in all their ways.
He wish you well, and he will continue to pray for peace to prevail before, during, and after the general election.
Rounding up his visit, Dr. Opoku Prempeh debunked claims that the NPP has historically been at odds with northern communities, while asserting that the party has consistently delivered on its promises to the region. Ekuya Uferiwa Dakon, TV3 News.
Let's literally cross carpet to the other side of the political divide, and the National Democratic Congress presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama has given a firm assurance that he will roll out key health infrastructure projects in the central region, emphasizing that healthcare is a major concern his administration takes seriously. He was campaigning on the second day of his central regional tour, where the former president expressed confidence that his unmatched record in the provision of infrastructure will give Ghanaians the necessary impetus to grant him a resounding victory in 28 days. Kamala Kluche reports.
The central region remains key and pivotal in the votes the NDC is clamoring for. It says its attachment to the region with key positions in leadership and its development drive is a positive approach. Speaking to a gathering in the Sukuma Odobin Brakwa during his Mahama for Change 2024 campaign tour in the central region, Mr. Mahama promised several developments for the region if the NDC wins the upcoming elections. He urged Ghanaians to choose an experienced leader to restore stability, emphasizing that the current government mismanagement has put the country in a difficult position.
Na eboa yesheng na ankanana kase nana se yeba yembesi gari factory. Anka gari factory so eyade eyeding. Anka want to say one factory anka yembesi gari factory ewo brakwa. Enso nyame adom inshallah imam besie. Inshallah abato aye between NDC ebedi kudim ewa abato no Julius Debra wa chora to ho ne o kan no Gary factory no ye ba ma Ghana exam abesi Gary factory no ewa brakwa ha mamo.
John Mahama also addressed the issue of the teacher licensure exams, promising to streamline the process. His entourage then proceeded to Ekumfi, the hometown of his late boss John Evans Atta Mills.
Enti ya kasa ne bema basic district hospital ama ekumfi. Ne say ne work to oma obi onya kese obema o. If say me kai say yeah chair polyclinics. E was central region ha you see do polyclinics baku do. Yeah the baku be see ekumfi na kwa ha. Enti district hospital there enya there den nyame adom. The
sticking point for John Mahama and the NDC is their ability to keep the momentum in the swing central region and give it the needed development it deserves.
Yetimi ya kwai, yetimi see a police station, and you might be brave and out to be yes, usika semia. And so, Sekobase, abai boni sebi, ebe shemoso. Na mukasem na economy no ekofoma na echese bibia ebo bia na se bibia kan bia na no so akofom ezu
Komla Kluche TV3 News Ekumfi.
Let's now take you to the Ashanti region, where spouse of independent presidential candidate has assured traders of plans by Alan Kwejo Tremanting to enhance their business activities by establishing Traders Bank to provide them with soft loans. Patricia Christabel Tremanting, who has been engaging traders in Kumasi as part of her campaign activities in the region, indicated that many other interventions geared towards improving the lives and livelihood of traders would be executed when Ghanaians give her husband the chance to lead the country.
Traders are right deep in the heart of Alan. He has assured them that the markets in which they trade do not befit them at all. He is going to hit the ground running and build modern markets for our market women. And not just markets, but markets with the necessary facilities like creches and lorry stations and taxi ranks, so that it is a seamless project. What I know is in the hearts of all traders is funding. Alan has promised time without number that he is going to make available Traders Bank. Mind you, Alan did not say a women's bank, because traders, with traders, there are male traders, female traders. Now, the traders are the backbone of this economy. 80% of the economy is run by traders. So Alan is going to make sure that the traders have the necessary funding to allow them to trade, to allow them to make profit.
Let's now touch base with our correspondent in the Ashanti region, Ibrahim Abubakar, who has been on the campaign trail and joins us for more. Ibrahim, good evening. What more has the wife of Alan Tremanting been saying with her interactions with the traders?
Well, she has been speaking a lot. In fact, she appeared even satisfied with the reception she received from the traders. And she mentioned to them that Alan Kwejo Tremanting has the plans of completing all projects that have been left uncompleted, be it market, health facilities, schools, and road, because these are projects that were initiated with the taxpayers' money. And for that matter, those projects must be completed before new ones begin. Because we cannot allow such resources to go away. So that aspect will be tackled. And also, secondly, for the people of Kumasi, they have this Greater Kumasi project, which comprises of building 10 strategic anchor factories, which she said will create millions of jobs for the people of Ashanti region. For her, Alan has the people or the traders dear to his heart, because these are people who contribute immensely to the economic development of the country. And for that matter, when he is eventually given the nod to lead Ghana, and there is a lot he has in stock for traders and also for Ghanaians, so that they will better their lives and ease the current economic pressure that they are going through.
Ibrahim, it also appears that most of the political parties are intensifying their campaign, especially in the Ashanti region. How is that panning out?
Well, like you said, just some few minutes ago, I saw a large crowd of NDC supporters moving from house to house. Even at this time, they are still campaigning, selling their messages. On the other hand, you also see supporters of MPP also moving from house to house, even at this time of the night. Then we have supporters of Alan Kojo Tremantin. We have representative of the new force also in the region. In fact, you know, Ashanti region, the voter population is over 2 million, and it appears so the political parties are trying to get larger part of the vote here so that it will seal their victory. We know the MPP is aiming at 85%, NDC is also looking at 35%. Alan Kojo Tremantin is also looking at getting the larger population of his vote here in the Ashanti region so that it will cement his victory. So, campaign is very intensified or busy in the Ashanti region, but this time around, you don't see the usual rallies, mounting of political platform, but then all of them appear to be moving from house to house, market to market, reaching out people individually so that they will be able to sell their messages proper to them and convince them to vote for them come December 7th.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. That is quite interesting to know, and we know that you're keeping an eye on it for us to bring us more as we inch closer to the December 7 elections. Ibrahim Abubakar is our Ashanti regional correspondent.
And talking about getting closer, it is just 27 days to go to December 7, and voters in the Daboya Mankaregu constituency of the Savannah region are weighing their choices for the nation's next president. Our Savannah regional correspondent Nadra Mohammed brings us more perspectives on the expectations of voters.
In the Daboya Mankaregu constituency, gearing towards election 2024. Now, according to the first batch of people, they believe that the new Patriotic Party has done enough for the people of this constituency. So they want to give them another chance to rule again.
I will vote because I can see development in the system.
I'm going to vote for MPP because the MPP government have done a lot for Daboya. Example, the Agenda 11 is ongoing, the Daboya Bridge is ongoing, and then currently the government have absorbed the Savannah College of Education for Daboya.
Another achievement they pointed out to is the free senior high school. Now, according to some residents, the free senior high school has come to ease some burden of parents who have their wards in the senior high school.
I have a child who benefits from going to the school. Last, you don't know that as a self-employed, as a tailor, you can get a benefit from government.
The second section of people believe that the new Patriotic Party hasn't done enough for the people of this constituency. So they want to change a new leader to see what the fancy can bring.
Those things, we are not seeing it. So we will change our mind to see the person who is going to come will also do it, or he will remain what the others are doing. So that's what I say. But when we didn't vote out, like what we want, we cannot get it. So the only thing is that we are going to change our mind.
And looking at things from Daboya here, we have a lot of high profiles from this current government, but we have not seen any positive development in our area. So we are all going out to vote for change.
The last session of people, out of the people who do not want to vote come December 7. For these people, they believe that both the NDC and the MPP are of the same. They promise, they come with promises after being voted to power. Then they leave the community. They don't even see them. So they believe that these two parties are always deceiving them, and they don't see the need to continue wasting their time voting for either NDC or NPP, and then the result end up being the same way. So for them, they are going to save their strength and sleep come December 7.
Really, we will not vote for voting there. We will not vote because we don't see the use of voting our area here, because we will vote for development. They will just come and lie to us.
Also, electorates in the Bole Bamboy constituency believe that security and road infrastructure will be major factors to consider in the upcoming elections. With 27 days to the December 7 elections, constituents in the home constituency of NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama are making a strong case for peaceful elections.
Bole Bamboi constituency has been a stronghold for the opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC) since 1992. NDC presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama won the parliamentary elections in 1996 and represented the constituency until his nomination as running mate to Professor John Evans Atta Mills in 2008. For some constituents, poor road infrastructure and security concerns in the area will influence their decision in the December 7 elections.
When it comes to water, when it comes to health, when it comes to education, and when it comes to security, at the time the people of Bole wasn't at peace. When it comes to serial killing, the MP, through his own initiative, has been able to lobby through our traditional authorities to come up with local security, where they have been able to have this particular menace for the people of Bole Bamboi constituency.
Some of the areas are not tagged, and even the areas that are tagged, the culverts are not well constructed. So that is roads we are going to go. And some of the villages, like Bole Manor Road, Bole Sonyo Road, Bole
The governing New Patriotic Party (NPP) this year hopes to win the seat for the first time. But the NDC remains optimistic about retaining the seats.
And the roads have gone more deplorable than they were. And these are the things that the people are drawing their attention to and telling them that they will vote against them. And so, yes, it's true that when the NDC started those roads, they abandoned them, and I can assure you, when we come, we are going to fix them.
According to the 2024 voters register, a little over 55,000 voters in the constituency are expected to cast their ballots on December 7.
You're still watching News 360 on TV3. Stay with us. When we return, we'll let you know what's happening in the world of sports.
Dr. Baumia once said,
teachers are suffering, teacher trainees are suffering, nurses are suffering, and nursing trainees are suffering, patients are suffering, students are suffering, traders are suffering, pensioners are suffering, drivers are suffering, contractors are suffering, civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering. Artisans are suffering, and Kayaye are suffering. The disabled are suffering, and men are suffering. Women are suffering, and children and Ghanaians as a whole are suffering.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot. Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey. SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Under the MPP, we have arrested the rapid depreciation of the city.
A nose-diving currency.
Why are you running?
Which has rather arrested the person who said he would arrest, he had arrested it.
I understand.
The dollar has rather arrested him. And so we're looking for him, we can't find him. I asked the IGP if he had the key so that we could find where our Vice President was, and he said he doesn't have it.
I understand. I'm still amazed by the stuff that comes out of your mouth.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Welcome back to News 360 on TV3. To the Upper West Region now, and the New Patriotic Party in the Wa Central constituency has embarked on strategic work aimed at canvassing votes as well as showcasing the party's commitment to winning the Wa Central seat. Correspondent Ibrahim Wangara took part in the walk and has come through with this report.
The walk, which took place in the heart of Wa, brought together people of all ages across the constituency, including party members, sympathizers, and well-wishers. As the election heats up, the MPP's mega walk has generated excitement and momentum, setting the tone for a spirited campaign in Wa Central. Upper West Regional Minister Stephen Yakubu, while addressing the crowd, noted that the MPP is ready to win the December 7 polls.
So we need to go and tell the rest to vote for Hazia. How do you keep someone 24 years in one position and he's not doing anything for you? I met him in Parliament, and at that time he wasn't doctor. Today I saw by his name doctor. That means that he has gone to improve himself, but not you.
The walk later took a different turn as some NDC supporters came out with flyers featuring the MPP parliamentary candidate and John Dramani Mahama, signaling their position to vote skirt and blouse. Meanwhile, others switched their allegiance to the MPP team. The MPP's Wa Central parliamentary candidate, Hajiomu Awodu, emphasized that the party has shown commitment to the people of Ghana.
I urge our fathers not to disappoint us this time. If elected as an MP, I will work to create jobs for the youth and use my common fund to empower women economically.
The one municipal chief executive and a contender against Hajio Umo in the MPP primaries, Isahaku Tahiru Mumin, said the focus now is to rally behind the chosen candidate and secure a strong mandate for the MPP in the December polls. Ibrahim Wangara, TV3 News, Wa Central Constituency, Upper West Region.
Vice presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, is calling for the scrapping of certificate and diploma programs in health training institutions in the country in the future. Dr. Opoku Prempeh is advocating for a degree as a starting point for health professionals to ensure effectiveness and professionalism in the health sector.
Matthew Opoku Prempeh, speaking at the official opening ceremony of the 66th Annual General Meeting of the Ghana Medical Association in Ho, stated that the continuous enrollment of health professionals in certificate and diploma programs is not aligned with the requirements of the 21st century. To ensure effective training, the MPP's vice presidential candidate is advocating for the scrapping of such programs in the future.
Everybody coming out should be a degree holder. This idea of certificates and diplomas, we should do away with in the 21st century. Everybody should be well trained to be able to do the work. School of Hygiene should be part of a college, an external campus of UHAS. No two ways. Radiology, we should find a university to attach it to. And this revolution has already been done in Ministry of Education, and it's worked. There is not a single teacher coming up now who is a diploma teacher. Everybody has a degree, and even a specialism, whether early childhood education or primary education or junior high school.
Dr. Opoku Prempeh is also calling for the realignment of state institutions and their mandates to ensure greater effectiveness across all sectors.
The Ministry of Health, training doctors. It is not their job. It's the work of the Ministry of Education. But we have a unique problem in Ghana where teachers were trained by the Ghana Education Service and nurses were trained by the Ghana Health Service. And that has led to a lot of issues. But if we want to improve our workforce capacity and capability, the Ministry of Health should get out of that. And that is where we started from as a country. Public Works Department. We put all our best engineers and knowledge there. Kofanoche is building buildings, and Kolebu is building roads, and Ministry of Cocoa is building cocoa roads, and so much confusion in government.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has commissioned the third largest mine in the country and overseen the pouring of its first gold to mark the official opening. The operationalization of the mine in the northern region is expected to further consolidate Ghana's position as one of the world's leading gold producers.
Delivering a speech at the commissioning, President Akufo-Addo stated that the establishment of the mine marks another significant step towards positioning Ghana as a premier hub for mining activities in Africa.
It has been through dedicated investment in exploration that this mine, now poised to become the third largest in Ghana and one of the largest single-stream gold mines in West Africa, was discovered and developed.
He disclosed that his government, since its inception in 2017, has been on a mission to expand Ghana's natural resource base. The president noted that the Ghana Geological Survey Authority has received substantial support and funding to help actualize this vision.
Government is unwavering in its commitment to the sustainable and responsible exploitation of our natural resources. Together, let us work to maximize the benefit of Ghana's mining sector. The development of the mine will bring vital improvements to domestic infrastructure.
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapo, outlined some of the measures the government has implemented to facilitate the smooth operations of large-scale mining companies in the northern part of the country.
Mining in this part of the country has mainly been non-existent. Mr. President, following the progressive mining policies your government introduced, Cardinal Resources Limited applied for and was granted a mining lease in December 2017, which was later amended in 2020 to cover the current operational site of Cardinal Namdini. Let us continue to work together to build here in our country a viable, responsible, sustainable, and environmentally sound mining sector, which contributes meaningfully to the national economy of our country.
The Chinese ambassador to Ghana, in his remarks, stated that China has been a major trading partner of Ghana and has a strong presence in the Ghanaian mining sector, with a focus on creating employment opportunities and helping to develop the sector.
This is News 360. We have some sports news coming up next.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot. Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
I'm a Ghanaian and I love luxury accredited faith and I love democracy.
December 7th, Ghana is voting.
Only peace. Peace, I give it to you all.
I love Ghana.
Peaceful election before, during, and after.
One Ghana.
Peace. Peace to everybody.
One Ghana. Ghana.
This message brought to you from the luxury accredited faith.
Hey, you be champion.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Bill Shen. Now to our first story. In the last few years, many talented Ghana Premier League players have sought moves to other countries in Africa and beyond. This in part has been because of the low remuneration of these players that they receive from their clubs. The NDC in their manifesto highlighted their willingness to invest in player remuneration, and their spokesperson for sports stated on Warmer Plus earlier on Saturday that they have partnered the Ghana Leagues Association to make it happen if they are elected onto power.
We thought that in order to solve sports holistically, especially football, there was the need to meet with the soccer stakeholders. Now, specifically to the proposal you are making mention of, we looked at the Ghana Premier League, and then we thought that one of the key issues that is making the Premier League unattractive is the fact that the players themselves are not motivated. They are not motivated because you have players being paid as low as 400 Ghana cedis a month. What does 400 Ghana cedis do for a person now? Now, beyond this meager amount of money, there are also instances where even the 400 Ghana cedis doesn't come consistently. You stay for 3 months without getting these allowances. And in our bid to mitigate this, we asked, what should we do? So we started consulting GALCA, Ghana League Club Association of Player. We figured out that it is not just for us to sit down and say we have what? A solution. You cannot have a solution for people who you have not spoken to. Yeah. So GALCA came onto the drawing board together with us, NDC, before we launched our manifesto. Then after the launch of the manifesto, because it's dear to us as a political party, we went back to GALCA again to say we want a blueprint because 3 proposals came. 1, pay the players directly. 2, pay the clubs to pay what? The players. 3, give it to GALCA to what? Manage. But in all of this, remember that we are a political party. But GALCA understands what? Football in Ghana.
Now, still on the Ghana Premier League, Joseph Esso's 70th minute penalty was enough to give Dreams FC a much-needed 1-0 win over Medeama on Saturday. Dreams, who had not won a game all season, went close on a couple of occasions in the first half, but were unlucky. Medeama, after suffering defeat at home last time out, seemed content with claiming a point away from home. But that wasn't to be, as Esso converted sweetly from the spot to condemn the Melvin Yellows to their second straight defeat. Dreams remain bottom of the table despite their victory, with Medeama remaining in 5th place, missing the opportunity to go past Ashanti Kotoko.
And he's shown his experience, his demeanor, his composure.
Sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Calmly slotting it up on the left-hand side. And goalkeeper Adam Jabal sent the wrong way.
Moving on to Europe, current league holders Manchester City have suffered yet another defeat, their 4th in a row in all competitions. This time it was against Brighton away from home early on Saturday evening, surrounding a lead as the Seagulls won by 2-1.
Turnaround complete, and Manchester City strikes its defence. Some way to mark your Premier League debut. Is it going to be 4 defeats in a row for Manchester City? Joao Pedro able to thread it through. It's O'Reilly. Turnaround complete. And Manchester City's crisis deepens. Some way to mark your Premier League debut. Is it going to be 4 defeats in a row for Man?
For the sports segment here on News 360, my name is Billy Shen, and we have more on the bulletin after the break.
Dr. Baumia once said,
The economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The unemployment rate, which stood at just 8% in 2016, has hit an all-time high of 15%. The latest 2024 Afrobarometer indicates that unemployment is the biggest problem facing the nation. You trust this liar at your own peril. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. Dr. Baumia once said,
Every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
Next joke, please. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Welcome back. Let's now take a look at what is happening on the international front.
The White House says President Joe Biden will receive President-elect Donald Trump in the Oval Office on Wednesday. Trump is preparing for his return to office at his Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago. All the results for the U.S. Senate have nearly been decided and Republicans have a majority. Meanwhile, Republicans are narrowly short of a majority in the House of Representatives as counting continues. A House win would give them significant power to enact Donald Trump's agenda. Chadian President Mahamat Idris Deby has said that military airstrikes killed scores of Boko Haram fighters and injured several dozen more in the Lake Chad Basin. Chad planned the operation against the Islamist militant group after Boko Haram fighters killed 40 Chadian soldiers in an attack on a military garrison last month. Boko Haram launched an insurgency against the Nigerian government in 2009. Fighting spread into Cameroon, Chad and Niger, where the militants established bases and hideouts. The United Nations says the fighting has killed more than 40,000 people and displaced over 3 million.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil, powered by 3 Entertainment.
Well, you're welcome back. Let's do entertainment now. The Musicians Union of Ghana, Musica, has announced plans to celebrate its Golden Jubilee in 2025, marking 50 years of advocating for musicians' rights and elevating Ghana's cultural heritage on the global stage. A standout event will be an all-women's music festival, a unique initiative aimed at spotlighting female musicians worldwide.
Next year is going to be an exciting year, I promise you. We're going to have courtesy visits to the diplomatic missions, global musical and cultural renaissance, a series of concerts.
An exciting lineup of events and activities will be rolled out to celebrate Musica's Golden Jubilee milestone in 2025. There will be masterclasses, lectures, a dinner gala and series of concerts featuring both local and international artists. Highlighting the celebrations is an all-women music festival designed to bring together female musicians from around the world. The platform will celebrate and showcase the amazing talent of female artists.
One big thing is going to happen, and that is all-women festival. And with this, we are inviting female musicians from all over the world. And it's a self-sponsored if you are coming from outside. We have all the embassies will publish it. So we are expecting women to come to Ghana, and then they will mount the stage. It will be outdoors, they will be indoors.
Aside from spotlighting female musicians, the All-Women Festival will promote collaboration.
And we're thinking about bringing CC Winers and Co. to collaborate with our artists so that at the end of next year, there will be this harmony between us and musicians, not only from the States, but Africa and all over the world. We'll meet in Ghana and we'll have a big, big show.
And that's how we bring the bulletin to an end. Thank you so much for watching. But before we go, a quick reminder that you need to follow our social media handles, because especially between now and Election Day, a lot is happening in the country and we are covering all of that for you. So if it is not on TV, it is on social media. On Instagram, follow 3news.gh, where we have videos, interviews, and all interactions, and sometimes reports from your constituency and around the country for you. Be a part of the national coverage of the elections here at your Election Command Center as part of our build-up to December 7. We also throw in every now and then other stories on sports and entertainment, business, and the like, so you can also be in the know of what's happening. And so now that you know, do pick up your phones and get up following.
Absolutely. That's all from us this evening. I am Aisha Yakubu Khalid.
And I am Martin Asiedudati. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Good evening.
I'm a Ghanaian, and I love luxury accredited faith, and I love democracy.
December 7th, Ghana is voting.
Only peace. Peace, I give it to you all.
I love Ghana.
Peaceful election before, during, and after.
One Ghana.
Peace. Peace to everybody.
One Ghana. Ghana Bakumpe.
This message brought to you from the luxury accredited faith.
Hey, you be champion.
Want a free bets? You might follow these steps. You can join 1xBet app. Confirm your participation. You can bet on the correct match score. You can get a free bet every week. 1x free bet. Active bonuses for active players.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gambling can be addictive.